Longyearbyen, the capital of Svalbard. Longyearbyen is the largest town in Spitsbergen and the unofficial capital of Svalbard, which is under the administrative control of Norway. The town is currently home to about 2,000 residents who normally spend between 2 and 10 years in Svalbard. Since its discovery at the end of the 16th century, Svalbard attracted travelers, hunters and trappers. But it was only after the establishment of the mining settlement of Longyearbyen in 1906 that first permanent residents arrived. The name comes from John Monroe Longyear, an American businessman and founder of the Arctic Coal Company, which set the town up. 10 years later, the town was bought by the Norwegian Coal Company, which took over the mining activity. The coal extracted in Svalbard differs from the Polish coal. It formed later and has higher calorific value. Coal seams, which are almost horizontal, can be seen on the slopes of local valleys. The most eye-catching mining structure in Longyearbyen are the wooden remains of the cableway, which was used for coal transport. Until the 1970s, the Norwegian Coal Company owned the settlement and employed all its residents. Afterwards, Norway took it over and gradually turned it into a regular town with shops and local administration. The highest authority is the Governor of Svalbard, who is Chief of Police and is also responsible for environmental protection, issuing research permits and firearm licenses. Firearms are a must for protection against polar bears, which in Svalbard are more numerous than people. And although most bears stay well clear of the center, there have been tragic polar bear attacks not far from the town. Longyearbyen is also a research center. In 1993, the town saw the opening of the University Center in Svalbard, UNIS, which is the world's northernmost higher education institution, training new generation of polar researchers specializing in biology, geology, geophysics, and technology. The Svalbard Science Center holds a museum with displays on local culture, history and environment, as well as on locally conducted scientific research. In the town, you can also find a Protestant church, which doubles as a meeting place for the local community. We are now in front of the world's northernmost hospital. It is meant mostly for mildly ill patients. Those suffering from more serious diseases and the terminally ill are transported to mainland Norway. The dead cannot be buried in Svalbard and the cemetery has been closed for 70 years. This is because permafrost prevents bodies from decomposing. Occasionally, cremated bodies are buried in urns, but that's a privilege reserved only for distinguished residents. Have a look at how buildings are set in Longyearbyen. This is also because of the permafrost. Local houses have no basements. Most are built on timber posts, often covered with wooden planking. Such an approach is due to the fact that buildings gradually sink deeper in the permafrost. As for the colors, they reflect the colors of the tundra, which from late spring until autumn is a real feast for the eye. The most popular means of transport are snow scooters. They are more numerous than cars, which is no wonder, with only about 40 kilometers of paved roads in Svalbard. Scooters don't need roads, and in winter and spring you can drive them to really remote places. In summer, you can also ride a bike. Nowadays, tourism, education and science are the main areas of activity in Longyearbyen. But the town is also of strategic importance to the entire world. That's because of the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, which stores the world's food crop seed samples. The Seed Vault has been operating since 2008, collecting seeds from across the globe. It's one of the best protected structures on the planet, as it's meant to survive a global catastrophe. The vault lies 120 meters deep in the rock, where the temperature remains constant. Stored inside it is the genetic material of over 4,000 plants, mainly basic crop seeds, but the facility may hold as many as 4.5 million samples.
The material was prepared for the project EduArctic 2, From Polar Research to Scientific Passion, Innovative Nature Education in Poland and Norway, which receives a grant of €240,000 received from Iceland, Liechtenstein and Norway under EEA funds.